My job. What I'm going to accomplish in the next couple of minutes is to give you enough bullet points and concepts that you'll agree with me that this is worth looking into. Just enough highlights that you'll say, give me the details, I want more information. I'm not going to cover talking points that are similar in nature to other companies out there. I'm only going to tell you about the stuff that is different just to save time. Sound good? Okay, different. Our market is the mental health industry. We have scientific research documenting a 91 to a 98% success rate with the issues on the screen right now. How many people do you personally know with any of these? How about stress or anxiety? Is the economy giving you a panic attack? Do you know anyone who's depressed? Wouldn't you like a solution that is monitored by phone by a healthcare professional without an expensive doctor's visit? Now, wouldn't that be different? We currently have 26 third-party studies, of which 22 were published in peer-reviewed major psychiatric medical journals. These are just 10 of the journals. Do you recognize any of them? No other healthcare company in the world has this kind of research, and that makes us different. Many of these studies were done in 16 major universities, like Harvard Medical School, New York University, Ohio State, Texas A&M, and University of Calgary, just to name a few. The studies were funded using $25 million in grant money, all with third-party research. Drug companies are famous for doing 10 studies themselves and tossing out the 8 that don't give good results and only publishing the 2 that did. Not us. The universities were paid to do the research, and they personally didn't care what the results were. They just published all of them. And that makes us very different. This product has been covered by major media in over 100 outlets all around the world. One of them was the Discovery Health Channel, who had run an hour-long program on national TV. Another one was Fox News in Washington, D.C., who recently just did a huge story on our success with mental health. No other supplement gets this kind of coverage, and that makes us very different. This one is going to floor you. In America, we have the FDA, what nutritionists like to call the Fraudulent Drug Administration. And up north, they have Health Canada, which is also an oxymoron title. After being in business for over a decade with not one complaint to Health Canada, word got out that there was a safe and natural answer to mental health with the science to back it up. So naturally, Health Canada sued them to shut them down. Did you get the part about not one complaint to Health Canada in 10 years? Okay. Not only did Health Canada lose in court, they lost so bad Judge Meagher wouldn't even hear their appeal. In fact, the judge enacted their humanitarian rule, and court ordered the company to stay in business and keep promoting healthcare professionals monitoring a safe and effective alternative to medication. No court in America or Canada has ever done that before. And to repeat myself, say it with me, that makes us very different. Well, after that court ruling, over 5,000 Canadian doctors and psychiatrists jumped on the healthy bandwagon and started actually prescribing a natural solution. Why not? It's on national TV, it's in major psychiatric medical journals, and it defeated Health Canada in court, which was also in the media. Wait for it. So over 5,000 doctors think it's different and safe enough to prescribe. The product has been sold for the first 17 years by a nonprofit company called True Hope, and being a nonprofit company, they did things a little different. You knew I was going to say that. They started a second nonprofit company called Micronutrient Support and staffed it with healthcare professionals who give medical advice over the phone. They have over 300 monitored protocols to get people off drugs based on over 125,000 case studies. New York University says they have the largest database in the world for titrating people off drugs. Now, for all you network marketers out there, you just heard something very different. We've been told all of our lives not to give medical advice because we're not doctors, or the Attorney General will come down on us like a ton of bricks, right? Remember, Health Canada already sued for this and lost so bad the judge wouldn't hear the appeal. All they did was sell a $59 bottle of Q96 to a person in need and then turn them over to Micronutrient Support, who for $49 would give that person and their family a month of unlimited medical advice without an expensive doctor's visit. For $108 per month, you get a doctor in your pocket and a product. That's awesome. The person that hears the medical advice believes it because it comes from a healthcare professional, and you don't get in trouble for giving it. You also don't have to spend hours of downtime on the phone answering questions that could get you in trouble. Then on January 2013, they decided to bring it to America via network marketing. Now, if you have to pay people a commission, guess what happens to the price? Well, what happened to the price was something very different. I know. They paid a commission and the price went down. Instead of buying Q96 for $59, you got it for a 20% discount and only paid $49. Instead of paying $49 per month for medical advice, you pay once for life. On the second month, instead of $108 per month for both, it's now only $49 for life. All of the above was there when I showed up on the first day. Now let me show you what the Results Project did that is a complete paradigm shift in recruiting. There are large organizations out there dedicated to fighting drug-prone psychiatrists like CCHR, others fighting against CPS like Foster Parents All Over America, and CASA, or Court-Appointed Special Advocate for Foster Kids, who are always fighting unwanted medications. I already have people in all of these organizations very interested in micronutrient supports, healthcare professionals who help kids get off drugs using Q96. In the past, big organizations could not get behind a product because titration or getting people off drugs is very dangerous and needs a healthcare professional to monitor. Because this wasn't possible, large organizations have stayed away from suggesting a supplement. No other company has this option, but we do. And say it with me, because we're different. But the Results Project didn't stop there. Ever read in the newspaper about a family member being held against their will at a state mental institution? Have you ever heard a story on Facebook about a nice family having CPS come into their home and take their kids away and then immediately put them on drugs? I saw this clip on the left of your screen. CPS comes into the family's home saying, "I'm going to grab your baby, don't resist and don't fight me, okay?" This is a parent's worst nightmare because CPS is famous for putting foster kids on drugs. In the past, people were helpless. How big of a motivated market do you think there is for parents who desperately want to get their kids off drugs who are taken by CPS? Just Google CPS, and the only thing that comes up is abuse and drugs by CPS itself. But not anymore. This is our four-step legal leverage. Doctors and psychiatrists hide behind two legal loopholes. One is standard of care, which basically means everyone else is doing it. And two, operating in good faith, which means I didn't know any better. With our four-step system, we take both of these legal loopholes away. We set them up with a physician's courtesy notice, then tee off 10 days later with a lawyer's administrative notice of intent to sue, followed by a motion to compel lab testing for toxic metals, nutrient depletions, delayed food allergies, and imbalanced hormones. This then leaves them exposed to a very expensive malpractice lawsuit. This has never been done before, and all the lawyers we showed this to are very excited because it makes doctors legally liable for malpractice if they continue to prescribe medications with just a visual evaluation. This also opens the door to class action suits. CPS and the state mental hospital might have them, but they can't drug them without expensive consequences. Just one of the strategies we use in our four-step lawsuit is the drug-induced nutrient depletions caused by the doctor's prescription that we hold them liable for. The FDA says our RDA is very important, and the prescriptions are causing basic RDA nutrients to be depleted. And micronutrient deficiency causes symptoms, which we also hold the doctor legally liable for. We explain if they don't replete what their prescription depleted, we hold them liable for malpractice, and it's a legitimate legal and medical concern. Let me give you one example. Prozac depletes 16 of your recommended daily allowance of basic nutrients the FDA says are essential. Wouldn't you say that's a lot? Just take one nutrient seen here in red, namely vitamin B12. Just one of the side effects of B12 deficiency is depression, also seen in red. What's the number one drug prescribed for depression in America by psychiatrists? Prozac, right? What if what caused your depression was a B12 deficiency and they gave you Prozac, which depleted more B12? Do you see a malpractice issue yet? Because our lawyers do. Basically, we torpedo the drug boat and offer them 22 psychiatric medical journals on the good ship SS Micronutrient so they can safely jump ship. Because we have micronutrient support, this all works. You might try getting into a pissing contest with your supplement over ours, but who exactly is going to monitor getting people off dangerous, toxic, and addictive medications? You? Detoxing off drugs is almost more dangerous than getting on them. And who wants to spend the time getting it wrong? This is the missing step that entire industries are looking for to keep people safe and stay away from the Attorney General. Today is a great day to change the world. Let's do it together. Now, is this different enough for you to want more information? If the answer is yes, go to www.brainhealth.me, and the first link I would click is Science, because that is different. Next, I would click on The Story, which is awesome. I know you've heard testimonies before, but click Testimonies and you will see something truly different. If you want to get involved and join a fun team that is helping people, contact Catherine Daly at ctjdaily@safelink.net, and she'll get you started today. We have a simple two-step program. Step 1, get them on Q96. Step 2, have them call Micronutrient Support for medical advice over the phone. Rinse and repeat. Okay, recess is over. Start clicking now.